I want to talk to you about a fascinating story, e-marriage. Not just the idea that you get married using the internet, the idea that a gay couple can get married using the internet in a state that doesn't allow gay marriage. I want to introduce you to two guys, Mark and Dante Walkup. They got married via Skype, and they got married via Skype while they were in Dallas by somebody officiating who was somewhere else. And now you two are married. Congratulations. You call yourselves accidental activists. Explain to me how this all transpired.
Well, in terms of being an accidental activist, we were both outraged after the passage of Prop 8 in California when voters took away the rights of gay people to be able to marry. And so since then, we've been doing what we can to advocate and to try and fight for full equality. The way this worked was we wanted to get married. My partner was in an automobile accident a year and a half ago. I got to the emergency room, and the very first question I was asked was what was my relationship to him. I lied. I said he was my husband, and I wanted to see him immediately.
Right.
But there's a lot of other couples, a lot of relationships out there where they couldn't be able to see their partner because of the lack of a legal marriage status.
So what did you do?
And
how
so
did you go about doing this?
Well, well, first of all, we researched some laws, marriage laws, and for example, the first one that we went to was Iowa, and Iowa's language was very specific. It said that the officiant and the party had to be geographically there together.
Right.
And when we went to Washington, D.C., the language was not that specific. It said the officiant had to solemnize and witness the ceremony in their said district, and that's what she did when she married us.
And then, how does this work, though? Because there's a document usually that takes place when you get married, and everybody involved has to sign it. Clearly, you were in different places, and the document was in different places.
Yes, we got the document in May of this year in Washington, D.C., and the document basically says that we were registered to be married by an officiant out of the District of Columbia. Okay, so the document stayed there, and during that time, both Mark and I decided that we wanted to get married in our home state with our family and friends all around us. We realized it would not be affordable or, in everybody's interest to be up there in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. That's when Skype came around, and we realized that the officiant had to be there and we could be here. And she had to sign the document and have it registered. And it's registered in D.C., and then once she signed it, and she had witnessed and solemnized it on 10/10/10,
yep.
It was sent to us, and it was an official document that we were married.
Guys, hang on there. I've got Ann Fitz with me in the studio. She's a legal expert and a defense attorney. Ann, is this legal?
Absolutely. They essentially what happened is they had the ceremony in Texas, and the legal aspect of it took place in Washington, D.C. So this is absolutely a legal marriage under the laws of Washington, D.C., and the fact that they had the ceremony itself in Texas does nothing to negate the validity of it.
How interesting. Is this an effective way of working around states that don't have gay marriage laws or don't allow gay marriage?
Right, yes. They've found a loophole in the law, and until there's actually legislation that prohibits these types of ceremonies from taking place, there's absolutely nothing illegal about having the ceremonies in a different state or jurisdiction from where same-sex marriages are legal.
If somebody does something to make this kind of activity illegal in the state of Texas, are these two guys still married?
Yes, if there's legislation that's subsequently passed, ex post facto prohibits the retroactive banning of these types of commitments or marriages. So this marriage and any other marriage like this would stand in the state of Texas.
Mark and Dante, do you guys have the rights of a married couple in Texas?
No, we don't. There's a ban on same-sex marriage in Texas or anything that's similar to marriage. So no, we don't have the legal rights, and we're not considered legally married in Texas. I was able to get my Social Security card changed via my wedding certificate or my wedding license, but when I went to try and get my driver's license changed, they wouldn't allow it because of the same-sex ban.
Interesting, guys. Very innovative way of doing things. Mark and Dante Walkup joining us from Dallas, Texas, and Fitz joining me here in the studio. Thanks very much for all of you joining us on a very, very interesting topic.